this journey, I want to look back in order to understand where we are and to look forward. What those sensing systems in the various forms that they exist and will exist in the future do is spout data. So we are entering a world in which we have and will have increasingly enormous volumes of data that are spouted out by these sensing systems which we are deploying in order to achieve integration.
Just thinking about all the different ways in which the life world is captured in data, and then the myriad ways in which that data is reconstituted into new forms of value. Of course, on the one hand, for us, we think about the kinds of political economic value because they're so prominent, but of course, there are myriad forms of value.
Consent is interesting because it's not just consent for being treated, but it's also consent to make your data used in a slightly more broad way. Now, some of that is, you could say, it's for future research. Some of it is to benefit you as an individual.
What is big data? Big data for each of us is something different, but obviously we are facing this explosion of data in many fields of research, from just, we could imagine, prediction in global warming projects, in the stock market, and of course what is more relevant to us in personalized medicine.
Don't know what's wrong with them in the case of rare disease or cancer, and you sequence their genome, maybe their family members, maybe their normal tissue, and do comparisons and use that analysis to improve their treatment. This is benefiting the patient now.
Once you go into history, all these pipelines don't work very well because they are not modeled with historical data, so they work on contemporary data. So we basically had to recreate that pipeline, and we worked with an organization called OntoText, and we're trying to extract people and their relationships in these Jewish Council archives to understand what kind of relationships might have helped you during the Holocaust to not be deported.